What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Rock of Truth podcast. First, a word from our sponsor, Danco Transmission and Auto Care. Go to Danco Joe, whisper to him, Santa's got a new sleigh, and he just might give you a free oil change for the holidays. You like that? Santa's got a new sleigh?
I mean,
Danco Joe?
The
Yeah, he
whisper,
came up with that
dude.
himself.
I like the whisper.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You got to be
great.
kind of like secretive about it, like Santa's got a new sleigh.
Right. It's not something you go around yelling to the whole auto shop about. It's got to be whispered.
Exactly. So I'm here, Jake Sopko, with my co-host, Stady Daddy, Nick Satterman, and then Joe Matt is out tonight. He's coaching a women's basketball game. Do we have an update on the score? Does anybody know if they won or lost, Ty?
I do not. Let me check, see if there's any text coming through. Nothing. I got nothing coming through. So they should.
You think the Lady Eagles have a Twitter account?
They do. They do. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
All
Yeah,
right.
give them a follow. They'll tweet out some like interviews with Joe Matt after the game. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, if we get some downtime, I'll scroll through and see if we can get an update.
Perfect.
Great. And that voice you're hearing, if you're listening, that's our boy Ty Spon is our special guest tonight. He's gonna join the stream with the boys. So it's kind of a slow week, right? Not a lot going on. We can talk Fenway Bowl. Majority of the talk will be about that, and then I think we're just going to talk about like bowl games in general. Just kind of like what it's like to be a player playing the bowl game. We're going to talk about like best bowl games to be a part of and whatnot. So first off, Fenway Bowl. Seen some stuff from the boys. Looks cool. It looks cool. It looks like they're having a good time. I think that's a good bowl to go to be honest. And we can break down the actual game, but I think the Fenway Bowl is like, I think that's pretty sweet.
So dope.
Yeah. And the field setup, I think it's awesome.
They got like a private tour of like Fenway. Like I would kill to have that experience. That's like such a iconic sports venue, and to be able to get like a backstage pass and see all of that, like that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and you got to think too, like you're spending the week leading up in Boston. It's a pretty sick city to be in.
Yeah, I haven't been to Boston, but I've heard nothing but like good things.
Yeah, I would imagine too, like right now being like Christmas time, it's probably a pretty cool time to be in Boston. So
probably a vibe and a half. Probably a little bit better than Birmingham, Alabama.
I wasn't in Birmingham, man. I was on the Phoenix then. I was in DC.
It was. That was Birmingham was a tough location.
Really?
But we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I mean, you guys know. Yeah, I wish I was on the freaking team, dude. A tour of Fenway, that's pretty dope.
For you guys who don't know, Stady is a Red Sox fan, a Duke basketball fan.
Let him know.
Super Bowl fan, as well as the Bengals,
Lakers,
LeBron James.
Who are we missing? Are you a Tampa Bay Lightning fan too, or the Colorado Avalanche?
I don't actually have a hockey team.
No, I feel like last year he was pulling for the Avalanche. I think I remember that. I think he was just doing it, but he was like, "Let's go Avalanche." But
I was doing it just to get in Soppy's head.
Yeah, you have another weird MLB team too.
Me?
He likes the Red Sox, dude.
No, I know. It's plus that. I feel like do you pull for the Dodgers or
probably the Dodgers?
Yeah.
I just think the Dodgers are cool. I think they're sick. I'm not a fan.
That's fair. I think they're sick too.
I mean, yeah, you guys have the LA Dodger hat. I don't have a Dodger hat, so.
Bandwagon status.
Wow, we're editing names.
Golden State Warriors fan.
No, just LeBron in the NBA.
I feel like having a Dodgers hat though, that's more so of like a fashion statement rather than Same with like a Yankee hat sometimes. You know what I mean?
That was my staple hat for a long time, the LA Dodgers hat.
That's more of like a fashion, Los Angeles, Cali vibe thing rather than the team. I don't know.
Would you ever wear the one? It's purple, and I think the logo is like neon green. Would you guys wear that one?
In LA with the one?
The Dodgers, yeah, the Dodgers hat.
I'll have to see it, but no, I think the Dodger blue and white is like most crisp.
Well, Jake, yours is like tan and white, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a tan and blue. I actually have one of my best jerseys that I have is a white Benny the Jet Rodriguez Dodgers jersey.
That is a good one of yours.
So you've got a hat and a jersey.
I like I don't like root for him, but like I think it's like a vibe. Like the Dodgers, that's a cool franchise.
They are sick. I think they're cool. But what you had a cool text about the gifts earlier about the bowl, like because you saw him having a glove. I mean, I feel like that would be kind of obvious. I feel like they should get a glove.
I was making the joke, like, what are the bowl game gifts? Like, are they just going to get like Red Sox gear? And like everybody had a glove, like a brand new glove. I don't know if that was just like when they got on the field or if that was like a bowl game gift. If they got like a brand new like Rawlings glove, that would be dope.
You like a wood bat with like Fenway Bowl carved into it with like their names in it. I don't know. If I was running the bowl, that's what I would do.
You would do a piece of a bat?
I would do like everyone gets their own wooden bat, baseball bat, and it has like Fenway Bowl, the date, their name, all that. That'd be cool.
That's cool. We got the Cotton Bowl did a really good job with that last year. I had like a ticket that had everything. Like we had a football that had like Alabama and like us obviously. It had like Luke Fickell's signature. It had Nick Saban's signature. It was pretty dope.
Damn, that's nasty.
The Cotton Bowl gear was sick. Just having like that badge and stuff on that's nasty.
Well, that playoff football, I mean, just the playoff additions to it sets it off.
No, yeah, it's fire.
Nasty.
Let's talk actual ball because I know we're going to get into the bowl games and whatnot. Let's talk actual ball. So the Bearcats play on Saturday. I think it's like, isn't it an early start? 11 a.m.
11?
So get up early, get ready to go at Fenway Park in Boston against Louisville, which, you know, the keg of
nails.
Keg of nails, right? I was about to say rails. Keg of nails.
Really cool trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, is it confirmed that the trophy's going to be there? I know there's some talk about that.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I heard, I think it was Chad had an interview with.
It's going to be there.
Yeah. I heard it in one of Chad's interviews with him. He was saying and Chad, jump in and correct me if I'm wrong, but go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, they lost it. I guess one of the equipment managers had it at his house.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they had to bring it in.
Thanks for watching the videos, Ty.
Yeah,
I appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
you. Look at our guy, Ty Spon.
But in the actual game, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like that's what's kind of cool about bowl games is you're going to see a lot of people that you haven't seen play for majority of the year. You know, I know they have a bunch of guys that are out and transferring. We've had guys transfer. We have, especially like our top 5 targets, Josh and Lenny both opted out. They're training for the draft. T. Scott, which was kind of a little bit of a surprise, but he put that out this week that, you know, he's declaring for the draft. He's not playing. Who else? Jaden or Trey Tucker's not playing. Jaden's transferring. So like those are your leading 5 receivers. So I imagine you're going to see a lot of Will Pauling out there, which is good. He's a really good player. Probably some like Chris Scott, maybe Blue Smith gets involved. And probably Drew Donnelly, which I think we haven't seen a lot of. He's been really good on special teams this year, but probably going to see him play a little bit of wide out this week, which will be fun to see.
That's the dude that can just fly, right?
Yeah.
He's the gunner, right?
Yeah.
He's stood out.
23.
No.
He flies. He's the fastest white boy I've ever seen. He's faster than AP, I think.
Yeah.
I believe it. That's how AP started his career at Cincinnati, remember? He was an electric gunner, and then
it would run. Yeah, just run. Jake, you mentioned the top 5, but that is with, you know, Ben Bryant playing majority of the year. So you think Prater's probably got a little bit more reps with these wideouts that are going to be out on the field?
Great point.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's definitely a possibility. I'm interested to see what the offense looks like, right? Because half of our coaching staff is gone. So it's kind of interesting to see what it's going to look like. I know we talked about before we hopped on here, Nate Letton, who's the tight ends coach, is calling the plays. I worked with Nate last year. He was a quality control. I was a GA. This dude's like super intellectual, like high level football guy, knows everything. And just like a super smart dude. He's like one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. Like you can have a conversation with him about like anything and he knows what he's talking about. Kind of reminds me of like, remember like John Vincent, Ty, how we would always just like pick his brain about literally everything.
Yeah,
Benny.
Just like a life guy. He's a guy you just want to like sit by at a meal and just
exactly. You just want to like
on whatever.
Pick his brain and learn from. So like, he's a great guy. I'm excited to see him call the plays and whatnot. But yeah, man, I don't really know what to expect, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. This is like one of the most excited I've been about a game this year. I think with just everything with, you know, obviously Fickell leaving, new staff, like I don't know. I'm just excited to see them play and how they respond. And I think it's going to be big for the fan base too to see. I mean, I don't think obviously we want them to win, but I just want to see them after all they've been through come out, go hard, have fun, and just compete. And I think it'll mean a lot to the city and Bearcat fans to see that. And I think that's what we're going to get. I mean, obviously, I haven't been at practices or anything like that, but just seeing some of the footage of Coach Combs and some of the energy he's bringing, I think they're going to come out ready to go. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I believe it. Do Aaron or Chad, do you guys know idea, like, are a lot of fans like traveling to the game? Do we know?
I don't have a clue.
No,
I don't even know how many, with the way that they're setting up the field. I'm not even sure how many fans you can fit in the stadium. I'd heard that they aren't letting people sit up in like the Big Green Monster.
They are.
They're not. I believe. I think Ed was looking up on when we did Pardon the Punctuation the other night. Our producer Ed, he was looking up. You can get a 4-pack of tickets for $99. At least you could back on Tuesday, and then I think you could get tickets for as cheap as like $32, something like that. That were even like lower. So
yeah.
Damn, should we make the drive? What are we doing? What are you guys doing this week?
That'd be fun.
A trek up to Boston. I think that's far for Soppy, but
yeah,
you and I can make it.
How far is it from Cincy?
Probably decent. I don't know.
Top of the head, I would say 11 to 12. Let's hear it, Chad.
No,
like 13,
15.
About 13 or 14, I think. Yeah, it's a haul. It's a haul.
Yeah, it's up there.
Are you going, Chad?
No, Kelly's getting a stem cell transplant right after Christmas, so we have a lot of appointments and crap that unfortunately I'll be at the Holy Grail.
Yeah. All right.
Find me at the Holy Grail for the first half.
Daddy. Let's go to the Holy Grail. That sounds good.
And then I'm headed to Fifth Third Arena because there's a basketball game at 2:00.
There we go.
Who do we play?
LaSalle.
That's a horrible question. LaSalle. The Lancers.
Lifetime AAC Coach of the Year, Fran Dunphy, now coaching at LaSalle. Not related to Phil Dunphy.
He was in the American where?
Temple.
Not related to Phil Dunphy. I like that. Phil Dunphy is an all-time character.
I know. I thought so. I'm glad Soppy got it.
Yeah, I like that.
He was a longtime coach at Temple. Really good coach. And then he kind of got pushed out and ended up at LaSalle. So they'll be well coached. I know that.
So a good team coming. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you guys know about the Fenway Bowl that both teams share the same sideline?
Yes.
Did you notice that? And that's got to be so weird. Have you ever done that in football?
I have not.
Never. I mean, you think about it though, and like,
probably so much space.
I don't know. I guess it's a little bit different, but I don't really see that becoming much of an issue. I don't know.
Who's the one who has to mediate in the middle? Is there like a ref who has to be like?
Dude, there's probably so much space out on that field. Like,
the strength coaches are going to be on their shit, man. They're going to be like on high alert.
They'll probably have them like what, 30 yards, 40 yards away. You think?
Nah, I would guess would be like 40 and 40, like, and you have that space.
10 yards. Okay.
I would think the officials would kind of set that real quick at the start of the game, like, hey, there's nothing going back across. There's no crossing. I would imagine that will be set before the game and probably communicated with both. Probably has already been communicated with the both coaching staffs, but who knows?
What do you? I got another just a question that I thought about would be unique at this. Like, this would be the only place, the bowl, only game this would ever happen. But like, you're standing on the sideline and you're looking across and it's just the green monster wall. Like, that's got to be just so strange. I don't know. I just had that thought earlier today. Like, you're just used to at least seeing not even the other team on the other sideline, but like fans.
No, it would definitely be weird to play a football game in there for sure.
Has the Fenway Bowl been around? Is this like a new? I know the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium's been around for a minute, but like, has the
I think they canceled the last 2 years, I think, but they used to. I think this may be the third year of it. I feel like that's a Chad question.
Just rely on Chad for all of our
Chad
Fenway. Bowl.
Correct. Supposed to be the third year. The first 2 years got canceled for COVID.
Look at that. Let's
There you
go.
Stady.
Let's go. All right. You guys wanna pivot to your bowl game experience, Jake? You wanna talk a little bit, like, a lot of these guys were at the Cotton Bowl, and it seems like Boston's still a big city, cool city to go to. So I probably wouldn't compare this to the Birmingham Bowl, but maybe comparing like Military Bowl, I'd say probably is equal to this. Like maybe compare just your bowl experience and then how just crazy it was in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, I just think like bowl games in general, like, I mean, if you're not playing a New Year's Six bowl, like, it's hard to get too excited about a bowl game, just to be completely honest. I know that's probably not what people want to hear, but like, I mean, you guys know, like, if it's not like a big bowl game, you don't really want to do it. Like, it's just kind of the way it is. Like, you're thinking about going back home and kind of, just starting your vacation, get a couple of weeks off. It's been a long season before the start of the next year. Because things are gonna get hectic, especially this year, having like a whole, like, those guys are gonna be walking into like a whole new world, with a new coaching staff, new strength staff, literally everything. So I think they're set up like well, because as a player, if you're not in the New Year's Six bowl, like, what are you thinking about, right? Like, when it is, where it's at, like, is it gonna be early? Is it before Christmas? That's why I think they're like chilling. Like, it's the first day of bowl games. Get it out of the way, go on, enjoy your vacation. Boston's a cool city. Like, we'd always be like, all right, are we going somewhere warm? Right?
Yeah,
like, that's what you want.
Cool.
You want to end up at the Bahamas Bowl or like the Hawaii Bowl or something like that. And if it's not something like that, you want to go to a cool city, because I'm sure people know, but like, going to the bowl games, like, you're kind of going out and having fun. Like, it's you get ready for the game, but also it's kind of like a fun experience, because you are doing events, you're going to bars, hanging out, like, kind of getting to experience a new city with
the other team too. Usually, I remember the bars with like Virginia Tech guys and stuff.
Yeah, we were like kicking it with the Virginia Tech guys. Yeah, in DC at the bar. That was fun. They were cool dudes.
Yeah, no, but I think going off that, like, especially with this game, like, they have like nothing to lose. Like, obviously, like, just let it rip and have a good time. I mean, obviously, we know how competitive of an environment that is, and they're going to want to win. But I don't know. I would think there's just some excitement and kind of some freedom going into this game. So I mean, obviously, there's a lot of pressure this year coming off of the season that they did, and then leading up all the way to the last week, they're competing for a conference championship. So I don't know. This is kind of a different situation for them, and I don't know. Hopefully, they just enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely different from the Cotton Bowl, Stady, like you were talking about. That was an unreal. That's probably one of the coolest experiences I'll ever have, was being a part of that. And it's just like, obviously you're in the college football playoffs, so like everything was so high level. Like the place that we stayed at was insane. Like ESPN's there, wild media days. Covering everything, like, you're getting the sickest gear. Like, the gifts I got last year from the Cotton Bowl was insane. So like the hype of all that is super cool. So I'm sure it's a very different experience for them this year.
Yeah, DC was a good time. That was a good bowl. Military.
And you got to think too. A lot of kids on the roster, they went from the Chick-fil-A Bowl, the Cotton Bowl. So like they're used to playing Georgia, Alabama, some New York, like so.
Before
the Chick-fil-A Bowl, the Peach Bowl was dope. Obviously that was like the biggest bowl game, like at the time for us. Like, that was a huge game. And
wait, was it the Peach Bowl, not the Chick-fil-A Bowl?
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Right.
That I mean, that was a really cool experience too. The only thing that sucked about that though was COVID. So like a lot of the like team events got canceled. Like, nobody really like went out and did anything like prior to the game and stuff. So we didn't really get the full experience, which kind of stinks. But playing in that stadium, the Falcons Stadium, is insane. Mercedes-Benz, like, that's probably the coolest stadium I've been at. Jerry World is up there too. That was insane. But
I was at that. I went to that game. I was in the stands for that game. I thought that was awesome.
At Mercedes-Benz?
Mercedes?
Yeah, against Georgia. I thought that was awesome. Should have won that game, dude.
Yeah, so those are the games, like like that game particularly, because it felt like we should have won that game. Like that was a really hard loss to swallow. The Cotton Bowl, obviously, because you're in the college football playoff, like that was really tough. But I mean, like we won, thankfully, like the Military Bowl and the Birmingham Bowl when we were there. But like, I think you would have, been able to sleep at night if we would have dropped one of those two. Like I don't imagine if they were to drop the Fenway Bowl that they're going to sleep over.
You don't think Hayden Moore coming in saving the day in the Military Bowl was?
Yeah, I feel like
wasn't
you're
kind of
downplaying a little. I understand like what you're saying. It is a little bit. It's very relaxed, but I don't know. I felt like once the game started, like that was a pretty like people were.
When the ball goes down, dude,
right.
like it's still football and you're getting after it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like it just. I love it.
I would have been pissed if we lost.
As a fan, like I love the bowl games and stuff, but they're just kind of meaningless a little bit. But you want to go on a good note, though. You want to finish the season on a good note. You obviously never want to lose. Like you play to win.
Yeah.
And it's also too like sometimes it's like the last game with some of your boys. So like a lot of guys are now opting out for the draft stuff, but like sometimes it's not the case. Like it's gonna last time that team's gonna be together. It's the last time maybe. Like I remember like Josiah leaving after like the Birmingham Bowl. That's tough because you don't know when you're going to see those guys. They're like your close friends and they're going off to train. And so it's kind of like bittersweet in a way. But yeah.
Yeah. What would be 4 bowls? Let's go Ty Spon. What are your 4 bowls that you wish you would go to? I guess you wish you could play them. There we go.
Anywhere warm. So like,
do we want to do like the snake draft? Are you guys prepared to do the snake draft of bowls?
I'm gonna have to pull up a list of them, but I would be down for that.
Little top 4 bowls. Should we? All right, let's do it. A little snake.
So this is our top 4 segment, right? We were.
Is there 12 bowls that we would even go to?
Do we want to do top 3?
Should invite the listeners. Can they join in on this too?
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of many listeners tonight.
All right, but if you're out there, type the bowl game you would want to go to.
So this is what I'm thinking. I think we do like a top 3. Okay. We'll go snake draft of bowls that you'd want to be a part of, not counting New Year's 6 bowls, right? Because everybody wants to be in the college football playoff, the Rose Bowl. Okay. The Sugar Bowl, all that, right?
Some people might just want to go to the Bahamas and.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm thinking more of what stadiums I'd want to go to.
So that's what I'm getting at is like take out the New Year's 6 bowls, the big bowl games, or we're going top 3 of the other bowls that you would want.
I gotcha.
Play in if we went 8-4. What bowl?
I'm gonna need a list.
I got a list.
All right.
All right.
Do we want? So how are we gonna do this? We're doing snake draft. Do you want to go me, Stady, Ty, and then back the way that we're on our screen?
Yeah. However you want to, dude. I'm trying to think about how many of the other bowls that I would even want to go to. That's hard.
Dude, you gotta pull it up. You got your phone on you?
Yeah, that's what I'm on right now.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck.
Oh, hold on. I'll be back.
All right, it's gonna go me, Stady, Ty, Stady, me. You know what I'm saying?
And we're just taking best available.
Best available.
All right.
We're gonna do top 3. So 9 bowls will be selected in total.
Okay.
I don't know if we should wait for Stady to come back. He's kind of.
What's up? I'm right here.
All right. You want me to kick it off?
What's the order again?
Me, you, Ty.
Okay.
And then Ty goes twice and we swing it back.
All right.
Okay. And sorry, I know you explained this, but this is kind of more off like the city you're in, the stadium, like
just kind of like like the vibe. Like
yeah.
All
right.
The vibe.
All right. So I'm gonna go first. I think this is the obvious first choice. Is the hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl, right? You get to go a free trip to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Warm weather, like being in Cincinnati right now, like you want to go somewhere warm, right? You get to go to the Bahamas, free trip. It's the first game of the bowl season. So you're in and you're out. You got like 3 and a half weeks, whatever it is, to go home, chill for the holidays, like the perfect setup. Number one pick, the Bahamas Bowl.
I think that would have been unanimous all around.
Yeah, that's it. When you went into depth, that it sounds real nice. Can't beat the Bahamas. I'm gonna kind of stumbled upon this. I'm gonna pick the Cricket Celebration Bowl. That's a sleeper pick because I haven't been to Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, and that bowl game is also played there.
Okay. Do you know what the date is on that?
That is also Saturday, December 17th at noon. That's on ABC.
Okay.
While the Bearcats are on ESPN.
There you go. New Orleans is fun. I've been there. It's a good time going there for New Year's Eve. Oh, no, it's in Atlanta. Sorry. It's Mercedes-Benz. I was thinking of the Superdome for a second.
As I'm looking at these dates, another interesting aspect to add is how late they are because that's how long you're practicing for.
Exactly.
I remember when we went to the military bowl, it was like
awful.
Yeah, it was like another spring ball.
Second spring ball.
Dude,
yeah.
We went, Ty, the year we were going, we played in the Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
Birmingham, Alabama, which is just like not cool. And it was cold and it was January 2nd.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like we were there for New Year's Eve. Like we practiced the whole month of December. Like it sucked.
Yeah. That was awful. And it felt like a punishment going there too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't like it was like, oh man.
But didn't they choose that over going back to Memphis for a third week in a row? Isn't that what they said?
I think is what
over the Liberty Bowl. Oh my gosh.
And we spanked Boston College. They stunk.
Well,
like it was also too like we're so much better than them. Like we shouldn't be playing them, and like we kicked their ass.
I think they had more guys.
It was like pouring, raining too. Yeah. It was cold. It was terrible.
What 2-hour delay?
Yeah.
And then, dude, Ty, they had more guys in jumpsuits than they did pads. It was so sad.
Right. Because they had a stud running. I should know his name.
AJ Dillon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Friend Josie D.
I remember there was a unreal running back that they had. I couldn't remember his name.
He's massive.
Yeah, that was AJ Dillon. He sat out. That was we made the most of it. We had a great night, New Year's Eve, getting out in Birmingham, Alabama. There's some funny stories from that, but that was a trip.
That the morning lunch or the morning table was always fun. That's 2 nights.
That
was funny.
Walking out telling stories from the night before. That was
all right. Ty Spon, we went off the rails there. Where are you headed? Where are you going bowling?
So I actually had a recent change. I talked to ownership, and we were dialed in on one bowl, and then we thought about it a little bit, and we're gonna switch. We are actually gonna go to the Music City Bowl.
Good pick.
December 31st, New Year's Eve, and I'm also considering I live in Cincinnati. Okay, so we're gonna play a bowl game, get a win, go spend New Year's Eve in downtown Nashville on Broadway. Okay,
I have that written down.
Wake up the next day and take a 4-hour drive back home. The one I was originally going to go with.
Hold it though, because we might get picked.
Yeah, hold on, don't. Yeah,
you're right.
I mean, you can pick it right now. You're still up.
Yeah, you got back.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is this your pick?
Yeah, it's my pick.
Dude.
I'm saying this is who we thought we were going to go with first, and then it got moved to second.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Nashville's great. Nashville's a lot of fun. That's a good pick.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to go to that bowl this year.
Why is that?
Iowa versus Kentucky, and I don't think their QB's playing.
No, we're not talking about.
I'm just saying that sounds like the worst matchup on the weekend or on the schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about matchups, just pure.
All right.
All right. My second pick, I'm going to the Hawaii Bowl for obvious reasons, kind of like what Soppy was talking about, the Bahamas Bowl. That's just an unreal experience. The weather, almost like a little bit of a different culture there and things like that. So I just think that would be a blast of a time. There is the one negative though about it is on December 24th, Christmas Eve. So, and they actually UC went to the Hawaii Bowl the year before we all got there.
Yep.
I do remember that being they were saying like they were on a plane, right? So that would be tough, but You imagine you got some great dudes, some brothers as your teammates. So you suck that part up. You enjoy Hawaii. Spend Christmas with your brothers. I'm going to the Hawaii Bowl next.
I like that pick.
All right. That brings it back to me, right? Now, all right, you got to refresh me of the rules. It's not the playoff bowls or all like New Year's Six.
Yeah, New Year's
Yeah.
Six.
All right. All right. I'm gonna pick the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah, at Camping World Stadium
In Orlando.
in Orlando.
Are you hanging out with Soppy after it?
Yeah, that's why I'm going.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna if you're not going to Disney World, you're not missing much down here, brother.
Well, that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is go to Disney instead of the game.
It's like I didn't realize, dude, there's like 3 or 4 bowl games in Orlando when I was looking through it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. You got to go to one.
Yeah, I gotta pick one. I definitely won't, but like maybe, there's like a 5%
Wait,
chance.
oh yeah. You got there's 2 games at the same stadium.
There's like 3. I mean, there's UCF Stadium, there's Camping World.
No, there's 2 at the Camping World one.
Yeah. Camping World's like 10 minutes from me. It's like right off the highway, right by me. There's also a game at the Orlando Pride Stadium. A lot of stadiums down here to hold some bowl games.
A complex city, you would say. There's a lot of athletic complexes down there.
Some stuff going on. Okay. All right. I got a couple ones on my list here. Been going back and forth. I'm going to go with the where is it written down here? The SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl.
Ooh.
Man, that was my pick, Soppy.
I've never been to Vegas. A free trip to Vegas sounds like a good time. I think the boys could enjoy themselves there. And also a big piece of it is that it is again on Saturday, this Saturday, the 17th. So again, getting out early, getting a long some time with the family, like a long break with the fam back home. So I think you kind of hit both ends of it. It's probably not super warm, but warmer than Cincinnati there. So I'm taking the Vegas Bowl. So I got Bahamas Bowl, Vegas Bowl, and then my third pick. There's a couple I've been going back and forth with, but I am going to go with the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
I like it.
Took mine.
Yeah, out in Arizona. It's going to be warm. It's the first one ever. I think their last one got canceled for COVID. I'm a big Stoolie. I love Barstool. I just think that'd be like sweet to be a part of. I'm sure you get some cool gear. So that's my third bowl is the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
Dude, back to the Vegas Bowl though, because I was thinking about this because I was going to pick it too. I feel like that's a bowl game that you wouldn't want to be like a starter on.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, can you think of a worse place to prepare for a game than with as far as distractions than Las Vegas? That's a game like you're pumped to go on, but if you're like playing on it, you're like, oh damn, like, the distractions and the temptation.
You just feel like you can't like fully take advantage of the trip.
It's like the one game you would like love to have been us,
Yeah, exactly.
This is my last pick, right? 3.
Yep.
This one, I don't know if you guys maybe had this on your radar. Probably not based off my other 2 picks. So I'm going to go to San Antonio, the Valero Alamo Bowl.
Why?
I've been to San Antonio before, and that was in 8th grade. And they've got, I think it's called the River Walk. And it's just like a dope time, dope city. And I feel like the Alamo adds a little history. Nice little, I don't know. I just like it. I like the thought of San Antonio.
Okay.
Is that all right with you?
To each their own, brother. I like how you added in the history aspect of it. I think that was a nice little touch.
Thank you.
All right, I'm up.
Yep.
This is it.
Close us out.
I am going to the Boca Raton Bowl.
Yeah, I had that written down.
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm going to the Boca Raton Bowl. Pretty obvious reasons. You're in Boca Raton. So what's the date on this one too? December 19th. So it's an earlier game. You not as much wait time to play it, and then you have plenty of time to go home and enjoy Christmas. So Boca Raton Bowl.
That's a good pick.
Going through the list, I just found that the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl is played at Petco Park.
That was cool. I saw that.
Is that new?
It might be.
That might be a sleeper pick, Stady.
That might be cool. That's Oregon and North Carolina this year. I know we're not looking at matchups, but I am. That sounds like a fun game. We got three baseball stadiums then.
Yeah.
Both games. That's kind of cool.
I think that's cool. We got some people in the comments saying the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
I was looking at that.
Myrtle Beach.
That would be cool. I've never been. Ty, used to be by Myrtle Beach, right? Where you were
I was not. So my brother Lee, he played at Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
So I've stayed a pretty good amount of time there. It's awesome. I mean, the game's in Conway, so I'd assume it's at Coastal. So you're like 10 minutes from Myrtle Beach. So yeah, that's a good pick.
That's a good pick. The other two that I had written down that didn't get picked, the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl.
Okay.
Never been to Los Angeles. Feel like that'd be fun. It's probably nice weather. Jimmy Kimmel, great late night host. I'm sure they'll do some cool stuff. So that would be maybe they get to go to like a show.
He goes to for sure. He does a show for him. That's so cool. Dude,
you want to hear a cool story? This is a really cool story actually. So Luke Fickell, I know he left and everybody sad, but he told that story and I thought it was pretty dope. So while they were at a bowl game at Ohio State, they were out in, I don't know if it was like the Rose Bowl or like what the Fiesta Bowl or what it was, but they were out west in like LA. It must have been the Rose Bowl. And they went to a showing of this show, like a live show in the audience of this brand new show that like was the first season, hadn't popped off yet. And they were just there. They didn't really know what was going on. The show was Friends. So on the bowl trip, they went to a live shooting of an episode of Friends.
Yeah. That's one like 3 years later, you're texting all your buddies like, bro, like once Friends starts blowing up, you're like, dude, like this is that show. That's a pretty cool.
Hey, what's that? Hey, who was the comedian in Birmingham? Do you think he's made it big?
I don't remember that.
They
I
took
remember that show, but I don't remember who the dude was.
What was that? Damn it, what was it called? Royer would know. We'll go back to a bowl game real quick. What do you guys think about the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl?
Where's that at? Is that in AZ?
El Paso, Texas.
I don't know.
That's definitely a unique one.
On December 30th.
Do you think their bowl game, like their travel kit is like from Kicking and Screaming, Will Ferrell's when he wears
That's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing like just every time you get transport anywhere, just eating Frosted Flakes like on the bus.
Loaded everywhere. It's on the truck or on the buses.
And you're in El Paso. That'd be a unique one. That'd be an experience.
I don't know much about El Paso. The only other bowl I had written down was the New Orleans Bowl. New Orleans is a fun city, so that could be cool. And I think it's probably at the Superdome, which would be like a really cool stadium to play in.
Yeah, well, and it's Mercedes now there too, right? Or no, it's Caesars. Caesars now, yeah. That's right. I think I like Sopko's list the best.
I have the Bahamas Bowl, the Las Vegas Bowl, and the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. I feel pretty good about it.
It's a good,
I wonder how the people feel about the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Do you guys think they like that one?
I bet there's some people out there that would appreciate that.
They're marking their calendars for that one.
They'll be tuned into that. What is it? The Cricket what bowl?
Cricket Celebration Bowl.
Okay.
Jackson State and North Carolina Central this year.
I'm tuning in.
Hopefully you're watching the Bearcats instead. Ty, what was it like instead of bowl games going like to playoffs?
Good question. I never went to the playoffs, so I can't really speak on that. So I was there for 1 year, with like a full year, and then the other year was like a 6-game COVID.
Yeah.
And we were terrible. So no, but we did not go to the playoffs. But it was a pretty cool, like, because we were in the hunt for it till
Yeah.
the end of the season. So that's a pretty unique thing, and like the rankings are always moving, and it's almost, I'm trying to describe it. It's almost felt like kind of like a high school type thing, and you know what I mean. Like there's obviously not like the committee with the points and stuff, so a lot of your ranking kind of went off who you beat. You know what I mean? It's kind of, they're kind of just judging who are the best 25 teams. So it kind of had a high school aspect in that was pretty cool.
25 teams make it?
24. Yeah, 25, 24. I'm pretty sure it's 24.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's kind of, and then it's like they have like a selection show. So then you see like who you're playing, the seed you got. So it's kind of cool. And obviously you get, teams in there that have a chance to make a run that, they're playing James Madison or North Dakota State the first game. So it's going to be tough, but it's kind of cool to give some of those teams, at least a chance to make a run, similar to why we love, like the college basketball tournament.
Did you play North Dakota State?
I did not play North Dakota State. Nope.
Okay.
So we were in the CAA. So that's like James Madison, Richmond, Delaware, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Teams. So
my boy Austin Lewis played North Dakota State while he was at Butler.
Oh yeah.
I think they played at
I remember that. They played at North Dakota State. I remember that game. Yeah.
Was it at? No, didn't they play like a baseball stadium?
Yeah, it was at the Twin
Stadium.
I want to say.
It was at the Twin Stadium. Yeah, I think that's right. And they got spanked.
Yeah.
Why'd they play there?
Trey Lance was, I don't know. It was like the first week of the season, I think. I think it was like a special, like opening weekend event. And Trey Lance, quarterback at North Dakota State, and I think they just like spanked them.
Yeah.
NDSU has a sweet dome.
They do. Fargo Dome?
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's weird that they would play that in Minnesota. I don't know. I guess a little less travel, maybe.
Perhaps. Do you guys do you want to talk college football playoff while we're talking about all the bowl games?
Might as well.
We got obviously the first game is Michigan against TCU. I've become like a big like Max Duggan fan recently. I think he's just kind of electric. Seems like a really good dude.
He's gotten a lot of attention too over the recent weeks, like as far as TV and stuff. So
yeah,
a lot of people are starting to like him a lot.
Came second in the Heisman running. I know in like the conference championship game, he kind of got hurt. Was like putting the team on his back. Was having a Greg Jennings type moment, just putting the team on his back with the one leg.
What a video!
Because he loves that team, and so that was cool. He just seems like a good dude. It's always good to see new teams in there, right? Like I'm sure America loved seeing the Bearcats in there last year because it's pretty much the same like 6 teams that kind of rotated in there. So seeing two teams in there is good, but they got a tough matchup with Michigan. I know Corum's out, but I mean Michigan's got to be feeling themselves right now after that spanking they gave Ohio State.
They're still going to run the heck out of the ball.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that game? I mean, I think Michigan will win by 2 touchdowns, but
yeah, I do too. I mean, I think Michigan would impress me the most about watching them against Ohio State. Like, yeah, they're very talented, but they're a team. Like the way they play together, it's kind of a scary thing. You know what I mean? It's not just a bunch of really insane athletes running around. They play together as a team. So yeah, I think they're going to be tough to beat. I'm going with Michigan. I don't know about. I would say Michigan by about like around 10 area.
Yeah,
I'd probably say it'll fall. So
yeah,
looking good.
I'm trying to see what the spread is on that. It's ESPN.
I think
-7.5 Michigan.
-7.5. Okay.
I think Michigan.
Fair. Touchdown. Yeah, touchdown and a half. Yeah, I think Michigan's just going to be too much, but TCU, I mean, they can make some plays. Duggan's got some weapons out there. I know you were talking about him on his legs, but I just think Michigan's going to be too much. I think Harbaugh's just got a good thing rolling and momentum from last year carrying over. And yeah, I just think, like you guys said, 10 to 17 point victory.
And then the other one, the big one, I think that everybody's intrigued by is, Ohio State versus Georgia. Georgia is currently a minus 6.5 point favorite. I hope Georgia dog walks them. Honestly, I think Georgia's just like by far better than everybody else in the country. I don't see them slipping up. Stetson Bennett, I think, no matter how you feel about him, like he what's really impressive about him is like he comes to play in those big games. Like he really does. That's when he's at his best, is those big games. So I don't think he's going to shy away from the moment. Obviously, he's already won a national championship and hasn't done that. So I think that'll be a really good game. I think Ohio State is kind of dangerous, but I mean, I wouldn't want to play Ohio State, but like, dude, I think Georgia's just, I think they're a wagon.
Yeah. The dogs are elite. They're very, very good.
No, I think you're pretty spot on with that. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, Georgia's been the one team that's kind of just been dominant, and they're the team to beat. But like you're saying, Ohio State is dangerous. Like, talent wise, they they got it. So if they come out and play really well, I can definitely see them beating Georgia. But I don't know how you can pick them over Georgia right now with the way Georgia's played this year.
Yeah, I think it'll be Georgia, Michigan going at it again.
Who wins that?
Georgia. I'm going to pick Georgia.
Yeah. I don't think you can pick against them. They're like one of the better teams I think I've watched in recent memory. That's probably recency bias, but like they're good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I feel like they're good, and they don't have, as many big name. Well, I mean, they had more people to the draft than we did, right? They lost like 14 or 15 guys.
Yeah.
And they're still just rolling. And I feel like even last year, they all left for the draft, but it was a lot of those guys were talked about, and you don't hear, at least I don't see a lot of like Georgia players being talked about on ESPN or all over social media. I mean, obviously Stetson Bennett, but it's not just a one-man crew. So I think that's what's even scarier about them. You don't really know them, and they're just rolling.
I think that has to do with just how much they reload. You know what I mean? Like, there's a guy that's maybe a junior or a redshirt sophomore that hasn't played yet, and all of a sudden he's one of the best players in college football at the position, but he doesn't have that off season to hype and stuff. And I think that's what happens with Georgia a lot, and especially Alabama, because you'll see these guys get drafted like. Feels like every year an SEC DN will get drafted like 13th overall, and you've heard a little bit about them, but then they end up being dudes in the league. So I think that's an interesting aspect of the big programs like that.
Yeah, that's what. Well, and I was gonna say that makes an elite program. I mean that's scary. Like not even just the SEC matchups, but I just remember playing up at O State, and they just rolled so many guys in, and then. Now those dudes that were threes playing against us are now the names that they're talking about now. It's like, holy cow. So
speaking of Ohio State and Georgia, did you guys see this thing that was kind of blowing up on Twitter? And I had people like texting about it because like I have some friends that are Ohio State fans and whatnot, that there was this like 5-star recruit, and I guess that Ohio State offered him like $750,000 in NIL money, which is insane. And then, but they lost him to Georgia, who offered him $1.5 million.
Jeez.
SEC is wild.
The whole NIL recruiting aspect of it is just absolutely bizarre. And I could do a whole
crazy how like short of a time it took for the NIL stuff to be not what it was intended to do. Like, it was right away. Like, people were ready for that.
Yeah. And obviously, like I work in the NIL industry, so like that's what I talk every single day. And I think my personal beliefs are like there's some really good aspects to it. Like when you are able to put dollars in a kid's hand, that maybe it's not a full scholarship and they can help, pay off their loans and pay their scholarship, or if they're a guy who's like sending money back home. It obviously has to be quid pro quo. So like they have to do something for that. So like if it's a really cool partnership between like, a local business and stuff, like NIL was built for like those medium to small size businesses, right? That can kind of, support your local community and stuff like that. But when you get into this, like using money to like recruit kids, and I think that's just, like you said, that's not that's where it goes sideways. It's
Yeah.
like I'm not down with that.
Yeah. It's almost just becoming like a mini professional league, to be
It
honest.
is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And a lot of those numbers too are like BS. Like, yeah, we have 1.5 million to give you, and then he comes on campus and like those numbers for the most part are just made up.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids now, after like 1 or 2 years into it, are reporting like, yeah, I was promised like $500,000 and like I haven't seen half of that.
Yeah.
So like that's
interesting.
Like, you're recruiting kids now, like people are getting lost in the like, oh, how much money can I make? How much money can I make? Like you just got to go to the place that's best for you to succeed, right? Like the money and the partnerships and stuff will come if you're good enough and it's authentic and it makes sense. But I've seen a lot of discussion lately too about like kids committing for NIL money that's not even always real money. Yeah, that's where it's kind of like poisoning the college football aspect, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's sad. That's kind of sick. Like sickening. You guys want to talk about the little Bearcats hoops? How much shootout did you guys tune in at all across town?
I caught the second half.
Yeah, I watched some of it. I didn't watch enough of it to comment on it probably.
I watched the second half when they were going on the run. That was awesome.
Yeah, I watched them come back. But
yeah.
I agree with your take that DeJulius is the dude.
Okay.
I agree with he's what makes him go. So
he goes, 5 goes.
Yeah, that's what I think about it. I mean, who does Sven like? Who's Sven's guy?
Nolly.
Okay.
Which I mean, both. I mean, in that game, 5 led the way, but last night I think when DeJulius finished 22, Nolly had 20. So
yeah,
but.
No, I haven't watched enough games to be honest with you to talk about the team probably, but I was impressed with DeJulius.
You and me both. I'm kind of a guy in basketball. I kind of wait for conference play. I don't know why. I just think that's just really what matters.
I think too, like it's hard right now.
Basketball.
Football's still going on, so it's hard to totally.
Yeah.
That's how I am every year.
I'll shift soon.
Yeah.
I like to dive in like a couple weeks before the tournament. So probably like beginning to mid-February. And then by the time the tournament runs around, I'm talking like I've watched every game all year and like how I know all these teams and like I, feel so confident in like who I pick to win and my bets, and it's just always awful. But I do watch, like last year I watched I think like every single game in the tournament because I think I bet on every game. But it was like it was awesome. Yeah. It was electric.
That's how I am. I'll like watch the selection show and listen to one like reporter say something about a team, and then they're like, and act confident about it. So
I heard like one dude say like New Mexico State was like the dark horse, and then I had them my Elite Eight, and
they're Elite Eight on my automatic just
in the round of 64 or whatever. Yeah. It is funny though because like I remember by like the time I was watching the national championship, I'm like breaking down North Carolina's like 8 guys in rotation because I'd watched like 5 or 6 straight games of them, and I was acting like I was like a lifelong fan and like knew everything to know about the team and stuff. It's funny.
I had a experience a couple years ago. It was probably like 4 years ago now. And I was actually in Oklahoma for like March Madness, and it was just kind of cool like to see just I don't know, other people like literally make a huge deal about it. Like just kind of regular adults that I don't know. I feel like it's more of like a younger, or maybe there's, I don't know. It was just cool that in another town, just that, bars were packed at noon on like a Tuesday because of March Madness.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Not necessarily even fans of the game. You're saying.
Yeah, or like they haven't watched a game all year, but it's March Madness, so yeah, let's go to the bar for lunch. Like, yeah,
that's cool.
Have you been to a tournament game?
No.
Ty, have you?
I've not. No.
I don't know how.
We should.
I don't know how because they like UD would have them all the time, but
yeah, or Indianapolis. That's an easy drive.
We so like Cleveland always hosts the MAC championship, like the conference tournament for basketball, and like every year, me and my buddies, they would like be like $5-10 seats. So like we would go to like the championship game or whatever, and we would just pick one team. and just go like all in on it. And it was like 12 of us, and like we were like, what are we doing tonight? Like, oh, we don't have anything to do. Like, fuck it. So we're gonna go to the MAC championship game, and it was like Buffalo against somebody, and we all just decided we were gonna root for Buffalo, and we were just like going insane. And then like to the point where like we were going so crazy that like the guy who was running the Buffalo student section like invited us over. We were like 16, and then we were like in the middle of the Buffalo student section. We had like signs like screaming. Everybody was like hyping us up. It was just like more fun that way. It's like, all right, let's just go all in on Buffalo and act like we're the biggest fans ever. And they like loved it. And we were on the court after the game with the team. Like they stormed the court, and we were like on the court with them, like dapping people up as they were like cutting down the net and shit.
Holy shit, that's dope.
Just like we were at McDonald's at like noon, like a bunch of us like, yo, like let's go, and we just like texted everybody, and like 12 of us just went down there. It was fun.
That's a great story.
That's classic.
What who's your guys' favorite all-time college basketball player?
Ooh,
that's tough.
Wow.
I don't know.
Just while you're thinking on that, you got it. Okay, I just want the Rock of Truth to know for Bowl Mania, have a little pool together with just a mass amount of people, just the most random group ever. If you'd like to join, leave a comment. We'll figure it out how to get it to you. You're just picking the bowl games.
Yep. Who's
gonna win? It's gonna be fun. Go ahead, Spon.
I love it. Are we going to the basketball player?
Yeah, who's your favorite all-time college basketball player?
All right. This is just kind of like a iconic one that I remember from my childhood. There's not like
love it.
There's nothing about like his game I remember that much, but Adam Morrison, Gonzaga.
Oh my gosh, like the OG Gonzaga.
Yeah, the stash, the hit. Like I just remember like really getting a kick out of him as a kid. So he's my favorite.
My favorite was Perry Ellis at Kansas, because I felt like he played for like 12 years.
He did.
Do you remember that?
He played a long time.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if I really had. So I grew up like a Buckeye fan. So like there's a lot of really cool dudes that they had. Mike Conley was a dog. What's his face? Greg Odom was dope.
Evan Turner.
Aaron Kraft. He was like that guy that like everybody else hates. If he was on your team, you loved him. He played for like 8 years.
Yeah.
He's diving all over the place for like loose balls and stuff.
Adam Morrison.
I kind of like the villains, like the Grayson Allens.
Yeah.
So who you got to pick?
Those are the fun ones.
Who's your guy?
Dude, I don't even.
I mean, you just said 17. I think you can pick one.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go outside the box. I'm gonna go with Mario Chalmers, and here's why.
Love it.
Kansas dog, but I had like NCAA 06, the basketball game, I think, or maybe 07, the one that Adam Morrison was on the cover of. And Mario Chalmers was like a straight cheat code in that game. Like you could chuck up anything, and he was money. Yes, there he is. Didn't he hit the game winner? Yeah, game winner versus Memphis, dude. He was a dog in that video game.
No, was it the game winner or did it tie it? I thought that was the year Memphis won under Cal. Where's Joe Matt?
Right when you need him.
He's got to be tuned in by
now. All right. Well, since you guys give me a bunch of grief, I figured I should share kind of who made me.
Tied it. I did the research.
Tied it. There you go.
2 for 2 over here, Soppy. We don't need Joe Matt.
Facts. You're our college basketball guy now.
I'm just kidding. Miss you dearly, Joe Matt. Okay. Why I am a Duke fan is because of this guy right now.
JJ
No, the second one, who is actually now the head coach, is John Shire.
Okay.
Because of the reason why Soppy picked Mario Chalmers. I liked Duke already, but college basketball 10, I think, you literally just throw it to 30 and it's straight cash. And I'm like, this guy's sick. So Loved that guy and his other teammate Kyle Singler. Those were like kind of two dudes. I was like, yeah, those guys are sweet.
Yeah.
I had I guess one more guy. Mario Chalmers is a Miami Heat guy as well in the pros.
There he is.
Norris Cole. At
Ooh.
Cleveland State.
Okay.
He was a dog. He was dope.
I didn't
That
know
might
he
have
went
more
there.
like a regional thing, but he was sick at Cleveland State. Was also very good in the video game, and then he played for the Miami Heat for a little bit. I think he had like an okay.
Yeah.
You know who else was raw in the video game? Was Ty Lawson for North Carolina.
Ty Lawson was a dog too. Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
talking about the video game NCAA game I remember is the one where Kevin Love's just like shooting at the
09.
playground. Yeah, that's the one. That's where all my
I think
memories.
it's 09.
But
I'm
yeah,
waiting for Aaron.
another awesome college basketball player, Jimmer Fredette.
Nasty.
Yeah.
That was like he was an icon. That was Jimmer Fredette was a good one.
Was Fredette the same year as Lynn Sanity?
Mm,
I feel like those two maybe crossed.
maybe it was definitely like an era of some like
Just
really
crazy
weird guys.
random shooters.
Yeah.
Just going off every night.
Not
Nuts.
to say that, you know what I mean, not weird, but not the guys that you would expect.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny if you like really think about it. Like there were so many dudes that are just straight like cheat codes in those video games. Like if you go to like NCAA football, like you use like Pat White and like Steve Slayton for like West Virginia.
Nasty.
You just put up like 1,000 points on everybody running the option.
Yeah.
Nasty.
That shit was awesome. All right, we're at an hour. Do we want to give a prediction for the Bearcat game, and then do we want to do like a lock of the? Do we want to do like a lock of the weekend? Do we want to do like a lock of
Bowl mania?
Bowl season? Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're still gonna have a couple weeks, so we might as well just do these first couple games. We'll get Joe Met back on for lock of Bowl mania. How about that?
We got somebody. Shout out Bearcat T. Tweeted at the Rock of Truth Pod, the final of the CHCA game.
No way. What is it?
They quote tweeted it and just put at Rock of Truth Pod. They lost by 20.
Sorry.
Fenwick's a tough school. GCL, a little gritty over
On the
there.
road, that's a tough environment. We'll be all right.
Dude, that gym is so nice. That was a really fun gym to go to.
Fenwick 53, CHCA 33.
33. Okay, they're scoring.
The offense is improving. They'll be all right. He's doing a great job with those girls.
I believe it.
All right, yeah. Let's give a prediction for the Bearcat game and give a lock of the weekend, and we'll let everybody on their way.
All right.
Wasabi Bowl.
I am. I don't really know what to expect with this UC game. I think it could be a complete shit show. It could be, or it could be, like exciting. I don't know. I'm gonna just like boringly say that the Bearcats are gonna win, 17-13.
I like that. I'm going with you. I don't think it's like a high scoring game. I think it is like a little bit sloppy, but the Bearcats, they play inspired. They play gritty and they grit out like a 2017, you know what I mean? 3-point victory, low scoring. That's what I think is going to happen.
Man, you guys are going low scoring.
Going low scoring. Kind of a sloppy game.
I'm expecting like, go ahead, Chad.
Rain.
Yep.
Snow.
There we go.
Potential in the morning and sustained winds of 15 to 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the perfect description.
No Tyler Scott, no Trey Tucker, no Josh Wiley, no Lenny Taylor, no Jaden Thompson, no Nick Mardner.
Yeah.
We're taking the under. Wait, Nick Mardner's not playing?
He's transferred.
He's in the portal. Yeah.
Oh, great. I didn't even know that.
Soppy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, as you correctly pointed out earlier, it's going to be Chris Scott, Blue Smith, who told me the shackles have been removed.
Oh, great.
It might be the Blue Smith game.
Blue Smith unhinged. Blue's going to be unleashed. I love it.
Will Pauling.
Yep.
Shaman Mateer.
Shaman's a dog.
Drew Donnelly. Like these
Shaman's
are
the tight end.
gonna. Yeah. Shimon and Peyton Singletary are going to be.
We're going to see some.
Let's get Weiss.
We're going to see some stars born before our eyes. It's going to be great.
You know what I'm gonna predict? Within the first 5 plays, a post route to Drew Donnelly.
I love it for a touchdown.
So, Chad,
right,
does Louisville have anybody out though?
Oh yeah, Malik Cunningham's out. Like they've got a bunch of guys out too.
Yeah.
Like Louisville has 3 coaches.
Yeah, it's going to be They'll be
that's a worse shape than us.
Yeah, they got
we
3 remaining coaches.
We're at least putting a defense out there too.
Most of their defense is also gonna be on the field. Most similar to UC. My hair's a fucking mess. Hold on.
I like it, dude.
It like in that weather, I can't imagine there's many points in this game.
Yeah.
I guess Christian Lowry and Bryce Burton are going to be the guys kicking.
There we go.
Awesome.
I was going to touch on how sloppy special teams would be, that there might be exciting and lead to more points being scored. So maybe an anytime special teams touchdown. I don't know.
Whoa.
Louisville's got a pretty good kicker. They do have a pretty good kicker.
I'm saying block punt return.
Potentially punt return. I mean, UC doesn't have their 3 best return guys aren't available.
Where's Monty? Is he hurt? Ryan.
A kick return, return guys.
You think who's been back there? Donnelly? Do you know?
They haven't done it.
It's got to be
when I've been there. They haven't done.
It's probably going to be Ryan.
I would guess Ryan would be back there. Drew would probably have a chance of being back there.
Ryan used to, I thought, a couple years ago.
You know who I think would be an awesome possibility to put back there? Brian Threats.
I like that.
He was an electric returner in high school.
If
you go watch his videos in high school, he was big time returning kicks and punts. So maybe you sneak that up on him, but without Trey, Tyler, and Jaden.
Yeah, I like the threats. I'm with you on this, Chad, because I think you sneak that up on him, and he has that in him from high school, and he just breaks one, and I like it. He's too young to know any better. You know what I mean? One of those types of situations.
We also could get a situation like the problem I think I have trying to figure out this wind stuff. It's not a football stadium. I have no idea how the wind.
Right.
Be some homers. Wind's blowing out.
Or I mean,
no effect.
Yeah, the field basically goes home plate to left field at Fenway. You can't do it to right field because that's a short porch.
Right.
So does it come in cross? Is it a crosswind at 20 miles an hour that you're dealing with? Is it north and south? I don't know. When we talk about heavy wind, what does heavy wind mean at Fenway? It's not like Wrigley. Right, Wrigley, it's blowing in or it's blowing out.
Yeah. And you can't. There's not much. You can't talk to somebody. How the elements affect.
There's never been a football. There hasn't been a football game there in however long.
Yeah.
Sounds like the element of surprise is going to be big. What better game than to put some trick plays out there than in the Fenway Bowl when nobody has any coaches out there that fuck it, fake punt, let's do a double pass.
That's what I'm saying.
Our coaches just traded. It's an interesting bowl game.
So here's a gambling line for you. Curious, prop bet.
Give it to me.
Over under passing yards, Cincinnati 125.
Ooh,
that's pretty low.
Yeah,
but I'm not expecting much more. I'm thinking maybe a 131.
Nobody's expecting 150 to 200. Are you?
I'm thinking 130 at tops.
Yeah,
tops. So you're going to bet the over at the top, the absolute top.
I think he's going to get 130.
That Drew Donnelly touchdown early is going to be like a 50
It's going to
Oh,
be
yeah,
flat.
that's
big
that's
things in the
70 yards
flats.
there.
I was gonna say, yeah, he can hit like a little screen.
I mean, it's a
or
couple explosive
a little
plays.
now, for like it breaks one off for 60. That's
And then he's going to hit little dumps. I mean, I think he.
But no, I don't see them driving down the field throwing around now. I think if it gets that number, there's some of those big screen plays and some yards after catch.
But who are your screenplay guys, Ty?
Will Pauling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of these guys that are obviously really talented,
got him.
and yeah, they've just been behind good players, and I don't know. I think they break out a little bit.
I love it.
I'm a big Will Pauling guy.
Yeah,
He did, when given the spotlight this season, he did not take it and run. He dropped it most of the time. Like they threw him the spotlight, and he was like,
We had a lot of drops
shit.
in
As a
general.
This year, that was
I'm
an
aware.
issue.
I'm aware. I had to write about it every week. Trust me, I'm aware.
Ty, what's your
Um,
prediction? Do you have a prediction?
on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
Mine is who you're waiting on.
2017 Bearcats is what I said.
Okay, I said 17, 13. Stady.
Ty, what'd you say? Oh, my bad.
2017.
2017. I think the first team to 24 is gonna win.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm gonna go Bearcats by, let's go a touchdown.
Okay.
24-17. Actually 23-17.
There you go.
You like a defensive touchdown this game, like a strip sack.
Something weird.
You know what I mean?
Something
I'm
weird's
feeling
gonna
that.
happen.
Like an Ivan Pace, like pick six on like a screen or something, like a running back screen.
Something ridiculous.
Something's gonna happen by Pesky's pole out there, and it's gonna be a game changer.
The wind's going to be howling around. It's going to be awesome.
Swirling.
I'm just gonna get my lock of the week out of the way too.
Yeah, I got to
I'm
get on.
going First bowl game of the year. Bahamas Bowl, spread Hawks plus 10.5. Spread Hawks. I don't know if you guys know, but Miami of Ohio always seems to cover the spread. So
In their bowl,
a lot of points. They're playing UAB. I don't know shit about either team, but I'm riding with the spread Hawks plus 10.5.
UAB is a good basketball program this year.
That's great, but the basketball team's not out there.
They've actually, I think they got a kid up or a guy up for Player of the Year.
There's been like 10 games.
So
It's off to a hot start. All right.
Lock of the week. Wow. Ooh, I like Troy.
Troy. Okay.
A 1 point dog tomorrow at 3:00 against UTSA.
I like that too.
I think I had them down as one of my picks for the conference championship weekend. So I'm just gonna keep riding them. Give me Troy.
I like Troy. You know who I like is, and I don't know why I like them. I just think that they're a good team, even though they've slipped up a little bit. Is BYU plus 1.5 SMU. I think they're the type of team that comes out and is a little bit more focused in a bowl game like this, and they get it done over SMU.
I got it at on ESPN. It says BYU's plus 4.
Yeah.
Really?
What did you say, Ty? 1.5?
Yeah, I see it at 1.5 here. Okay.
That's probably, you might be up to date.
I was gonna say 4. I definitely like.
Let's give him plus 4.
Yeah. These bowl games, you never know what it. You know.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Rock of Truth alternate line plus 4. Ty Spon.
I'm taking them.
I love it.
Cougars. Best mascot in. No, I'm just kidding. It's the Bearcat, obviously.
Cougars got the best dance moves though.
Bearcats are okay. What's the Bearcats at, Jake?
-1 is what I see it at.
Dude, your lines are like not updated. +2 since he's +2.
Dude,
you're on ESPN. You haven't like refreshed since like last Saturday.
I'm on OddsStart.
I think ESPN. Oh,
that's why we're on ESPN.
Does ESPN update or is it just the opens?
No, it's updated.
All right. That's awesome. Dude, Ty Spon, you did an awesome job again, dude. We dearly miss Joe Met. a nice hour 14. Another Thursday night with you. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. I enjoyed it, and Sven, he's going to bounce back from this loss tonight, and
100%.
we're excited. I'm excited to get him back on here next time to talk about an Eagles win. But no, I appreciate you guys letting me fill in. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude. Just guys being dudes. Love it.
Being dudes.
Go
All right.
Bearcats.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. Go Cats. Gonna get a big win in the Fenway Bowl. Let's go.